Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is just a very quick update. Um, Basically, we have to do a lot of reading, and there has to be a lot of information that we have to look through, right? Um, there's definitely a lot going on. Um, I don't really think that they're ready to understand a lot about, the two major factions that we had since the Anunnaki, which you could say maybe it's Enki and Enlil, our main protagonist in this story, and just you can put it in a way planetarily. You can understand maybe you could say East and the West and the things that are going on with the nations today. There's a lot of discord and things that are going on. So definitely not ready. I think the planet isn't really there to get to where we need to be. But we are also wanting to grow up and then start moving up until we get to a maturity level where we can uh, understand, right, that there's a hierarchy in the universe, and starting with the solar system and it's uh, how it's structured for how it's supposed to be. Right, we're looking to put the structure together so that then we can function at a galactic level, solar system level there, uh, thereabouts, right? So we're quite not there yet. But it's good to know that the Enki faction has gotten itself together. It's procreating, it's growing, it's expanding itself. Um, Definitely, there's a lot of that going on here on this side. There's just a huge mess going on. That doesn't necessarily mean that it can be resolved. It absolutely can be, um, you know, uh, fixed or adjusted. So I guess that's my opinion. If anything, if that's what you're asking for, more than anything. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Definitely scholastics. You want to read. You want to look through things. You want to go through every piece of information that you can to understand. And I've said this before many videos ago, and it's worth mentioning that you have to, um, you have to understand why you're here and why you're in this body, right? Why am I not German? Why am I not, you know, from the Middle East? Why am I not from Canada? Why am I not from South America? There's some places that are completely neutral, and then that's just bring a sense of peace so that the East and the West can come together and and meet at a middle point, right? Even though the yin and the yang isn't necessarily uh, a box where you can fold and you get even on both sides, but nevertheless, it does have its middle point and its middle ground, and it has to do with a lot of the um, it has to do a lot with the African connection that you have or that we have here on our side, because it's a homegrown individual that's been here for a while, and even though this person might be feeling a little weird or strange about the whole situation, there's a bigger understanding of what's going on generally in the whole grand scheme of things, right? So I leave you with that. It's It's what the Andromedan said to me once. You know, like why did you come like this? What's the purpose of you being like this? And immediately they turned around and they just said, "You don't have to answer. Don't don't even worry about us asking that." It was just so curious about why you chose this vessel to pop in here for, because there's definitely a lot of interest when it comes to other kinds of uh, uh, other ways of being on this planet that could cause a lot of doubt and just like, well, that part of the planet is frowned upon, doesn't look too good, So, and it connects with me to know that, because I just simply went in that direction and continue to go where I need to be and with what I need to do, right? But then not necessarily thinking too much about the reasons for why it happened that way. But now, obviously, I'm realizing that I'm from the Dominican Republic, and that is just the nicest place that you can go and visit, and it's welcomes everybody. And it's a good middle ground for knowing the tourism, or visiting another place where you don't feel like somebody, there's going to be an attack, or hostages are going to be taken, or we're going to have uh, the there's just destruction, and where all these places where there's just really bad, and it's part of the karmic journey to experience that kind of thing, right? At some level, really, it does. But you have to be grateful that you're living in the greatest country in the whole planet, and that when the yin and the yang do come together and balance out the planet, and we balance out the maybe the superpowers that we have on this planet and how they want to work together to make this beautiful planet better, so that maybe we can have a bright, beautiful future for every single individual that's on the planet today. And I think that's very important for every one of us. So, let the games begin. This is obviously just the beginning of all the good things that are going on. And if you understood what I've just said, I hope that you're very happy, and that we can continue to meet in this way and continue to share our beautiful planet, share our history by reading about it, and also look back into the source of our creators, the Anunnaki, and how they're going to be able to solve this uh, scenario here that we have here today as well. So I'm glad that you all are here. It makes me happy to know that we are co-creating our future of this planet together. And I'd love to come back and visit when I can, but I usually just would prefer to go to my second home, the Pleiades, which is a beautiful planet as well. In the Pleiades star cluster, somewhere back there. All the Pleiades are that we know of are just the stars of said solar of said constellation, right? So among those stars, there stars. Among the stars, there are. Oh, this thing's going nuts. Oh, this is weird. So embarrassing. Stop. Okay. Poltergeist. Um. Sorry. Um. Among the stars, there are uh, planets, right? Because we only just know about the solar. We only know that there's like the stars that we see are just the suns amongst the planets that are going around. So it's not the seven sisters like that in that way. So I'd like to leave you guys with that, and definitely we'll make some more videos as we go along to put everything together. You guys have a good night, and thank you for watching.